it begins.
We don't have costumes that fit. We don't know where we're standing, and we're performing on Saturday. Oh my god, what am I doing here? Like, I can't do this. This is insane. I have to go. Like, I can't be part of this. I'm just worried that we're gonna show up there on Saturday and not perform. I must have done something to my ankle, but I was awake in so much pain all night. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. And like, I almost started crying. First night in Germany, I am at my teacher Katya's house. I'm gonna stitch my pointe shoes because one of them has come unstitched, so I'm gonna go ahead and stitch it now, so I'm ready for rehearsal tomorrow. I didn't get much sleep on the plane, maybe a couple of half-hour naps. It was a little bit wild ride. It's kind of windy, kind of crazy coming in. Managed to stay up all the way until now, so I should be able to just sleep nicely tonight. Compression socks seem to have done really well. I don't feel like I have any swelling in my feet, which is great because tomorrow we're gonna get these pointe shoes are right back on our feet. I'm really looking forward to class, getting my body warmed up and moving because 9 hours on the plane is plenty of sitting for one day. Really anxious about what tomorrow will bring. I don't know if anxious is the word. Excited, eager, really can't wait for it. It's, yeah, really open to whatever's gonna come next, and can't wait for the whole thing. All right, good as new. Well, not really because they're really dead shoes, but at least the ribbons and elastics are sewn on. Tomorrow we kick it all off. Oh, that was the best sleep. Slept all the way until 8:20. So 10:30 to 8:20. I could go all day. But it's time to get up. I woke up with big appetite. Let's go get some breakfast, get dressed. Time to go to ballet class. I'm so excited for ballet class. My body's gonna feel amazing. And then rehearsal and costumes, it begins. We left the house at 9:30 and we got home at 9:30. Very long day. We had our open class, which was really, really fun. So good to enjoy a little bit of movement. It was 11:30 to 1. And then we had the group of ladies who are coming in together to augment the company. We had our own practice in that studio for about 2 hours until 3 o'clock, which was great. It was my first time running it, being over here. I was really worried that I was going to have forgotten the entire thing because a new studio, always you forget everything and you're with people instead of by yourself. But luckily, once the music started playing, it all comes back. Great news. And then we went over to the Mitsubishi Hall where this company is performing tonight. They're on tour through Germany. We are performing with them in Mannheim on Saturday. So we met them here in Dusseldorf because they're already going to be here where we're all staying. First of all, when we pulled up to the theater, it just looks like a warehouse, like it could be a factory, but then it actually is the theater. So we got to go in the stage door. It's always fun to get to go in the stage door. So we go in this back red door that's labeled stage door. Back there we can see the tour bus that's just pulled up, and we can see the trailer that's coming with the tour bus. And then you get to see all of the backstage. So there's like these hallways and little dressing rooms, and then we get to go into the stage. So we walk through the hallway, and then it just opens up into this full arena now with this big raised stage and gorgeous lights over top. They've got this huge lighting grid, which I love all the behind the scenes, kind of like how things are set up. So it's an arena, so that's just like an open floor plan. And then how they set the arena up to look like a stage, they have these like raised boxes that basically create the stage and a higher, it's like it makes a floor raised up. And then they have all these ramps and stairs backstage that you can go up. They also hang curtains from the ceilings, so it actually just has the effect and the look of a theater, but it's not a theater, it's an open arena, and they just bring all these supplies in. Some of the lights were down, they're like hanging on chains, these like beams are hanging on chains, and the set crew was hanging their backdrops onto the lighting booms, and then they would raise them up to the ceiling, so it would like basically make the backdrops, and then they rolled that all in marley. There were 6 panels of marley. The guys carried them in and rolled them out, then put some weights on them so they would lay flat, and then taped them down just before the show. They want to try to get it as flat as possible before you tape it down. Of course, that's very familiar because we do that at the festival, and I've put together a few studios already in the past. So very fun to see their process because they do it all the time, so they're very fast with it. So got some actually cool ideas about how to go faster. And then all of their equipment is in these like rolling boxes. One by one, all the dancers start coming in, and they all have their vest and their warm-ups because it's so cold on the stage. It's so cold. It's cold in Germany, first of all, and then it's cold on the stage. It was fun to watch everybody kind of warming up in their own way. Some people doing more exercises, some people stretching, some people massaging, some people chatting, reviewing choreography. So it was really interesting to watch everybody kind of getting ready. There was a lot of different languages going on, some like Italian, some German, some Russian, so I couldn't understand what everyone was saying to each other, the chitter chatter, but it was fun to see their relationships with each other and kind of how they related to each other backstage. The way company class was set up was we were on the arena floor, just holding on to the like railings the railings on the bottom of the bleachers, just like lining the sides of the audience, and then the director and a couple of the dancers were on stage demonstrating combos, and then we just followed along on the arena floor. And then we went up onto the stage to do the rehearsal. And as we're rehearsing and practicing, they're also checking the lights and they're checking the sound, and they're, you know, say you're practicing and random spotlights are changing colors and things because the tech team is also checking everything while we're rehearsing. Everyone's checking at the same time. So we started company class at 4:30, started rehearsing around 5, and then around 7:30 we had to clear because they were getting ready for it, the performance tonight. So it was a very chaotic day because they had a show to do and we're just trying to like fit into their schedule. They've got a show tonight that we're not in, so they're like rehearsing for tonight's show while trying to set our spacing and while trying to get costumes fittings for us, and it was like a lot. I mean, it's like very, very chaotic and very hectic. I actually did get my spacing for Act 2, but right before we were leaving, the director moved me to another spot. I think she realized that I was taller and put me in the front, so actually I don't have my spacing for Act 2. We'll know on Saturday. It's still TBD whether we're in Act 4. We don't have our spacing for Act 4. So we have longer on Saturday, and this is the only show they're rehearsing for. We're not like fitting into their other show. So I think on Saturday that'll be enough time to figure all of it out. Everyone's a little bit anxious about what's gonna happen with Act 4 and our spacing in Act 2 and just making sure that everything is set. Fingers crossed we get to do all of Act 2 and all of Act 4. It's really beautiful and really fun. One of my favorite parts of performing is the quiet, dark stage where there's no audience yet, but there's some anticipation and you know you're about to perform, and it's such an exciting time. That's my favorite moment, is a dark, empty theater. And so when we were leaving after rehearsal, basically we had to clear the stage because now the audience is going to start coming in, you know, the doors are going to open. Got to see that beautiful moment on the way out. They had to lower all the lights. It was just a moody spotlight on the stage, and you can look out and see the seats that are soon to be filled with people. You can see the darkness with the beautiful lighting grid on top. I just really get in that sort of magical stage experience. I can't wait for the Mannheim Theater because it is an actual theater, not an arena set up to be a theater. I mean, an arena set up to be a theater is still super, super cool. But it'll be a traditional theater. It's a concert hall. So it's going to have the balconies, the boxes in the balconies, and then one balcony along the back, and then the orchestra level seating. So today was hectic and crazy, but so many really cool moments behind the scenes. Just love that taste of the stage. You know, it's just so inspiring, and I know that there's more stages to be created. There's more stages to be built. It's so magical, and I want everyone to be able to experience it. It's just really inspiring, and the wheels are turning for what I can create next. So it's 10 a.m. I woke up at 9:45. I wasn't tired last night. Okay, rehearsal wasn't really even that physically demanding or tiring. Like, you do have to stand around a lot waiting, but then when you're actually rehearsing, we're just like walking through things, walking through the lines. I was expecting we'd be running the piece full out multiple times, so I was ready for that, but we actually didn't even do that at all. We just walked through everything, didn't even put our point shoes on. So I wasn't that tired, and also jet lag is funky, so I replied back to like 100 emails last night. I just got it all done and then went to sleep at 4. Woke up at 9:45, hopefully, and I'll be able to sleep tonight and not be too tired. A couple of the girls stayed back to watch their Dusseldorf performance last night in the arena, and it's always funny with shows. Behind the scenes and in rehearsal, things can be really chaotic, and then on stage it's just like so beautiful and everything looks amazing and gorgeous. And so looking at these videos and seeing just how beautiful it is, even though yesterday was really hectic, now this morning getting to see those beautiful videos, I can't wait to be in the production. I think it's gonna just look amazing and be so beautiful and fun. Okay, so now I'm in my teacher Katya's studio, and it's just so funny because I've been, you know, watching her here for years. I mean, I think we've been together for 4 years. And so it's funny to be in like in the place on the other side of the computer screen. But things I need to work on today, my feet, I need to get those feet pointing. My shoulders are super hunched. Maybe I'm just really tight from the plane. I need to work on getting those down, getting the arabesque up, and memorization. Oh yeah, and the balance. I'm gonna do some eyes closed balancing too, because the night after I flew here, I was laying in bed and the bed was just like rocking and rocking back and forth. It was a pretty rocky flight the whole time. It gives me some vertigo. So that's my plan. And then Thursday and Friday we have practice with our 8-person crew here in Dusseldorf. And then Saturday's a long day. We go down to Mannheim together. We pick up my husband at the airport on the way. My mom and stepdad will already be there in Mannheim. We have rehearsal from 1 until the show. And then we have the show at 8, probably until 10-ish. I just realized that I should probably put my point shoes on and practice a little bit in them. Because yesterday we didn't even put point shoes on at all in the rehearsals. It also just dawned on me that my first time doing it on stage fully out on point might actually be the show, because today they didn't run anything fully out before the show started. So I may not actually do these moves full out in the group in my point shoes until the show. Oh my gosh. Now it's been about 2.5 hours of practice and I'm gonna call it a day for now. I did have one sort of like a panic moment yesterday where I was watching all the girls and how synchronized and beautiful they were and was just like, oh my God, what am I doing here? Like, I can't do this. This is insane. I have to go. Like, I can't be part of this. And then I was like, girl, chill. You're fine. Just try. Like, I hadn't even tried yet, but my brain like just was watching the whole thing and just was like super intimidated and just thought like, I don't belong here. I'm not one of these people. I have to go. That was like the biggest moment of doubt. And then just sort of like, I don't have time for this right now. Stay focused. If you focus, you can learn it. If you're worried about not fitting in, if you're worried about these things, there's going to be no space for the choreography. So just try, see what happens, and go for it. It was just like, oh my gosh, I can't be here. I'm not going to be able to do this. But we're doing it. We're doing it. Okay, also the real deal with the costume fittings. So the company has these extra tutus, and basically we get this pile of tutus in our dressing room that the 8 of us are sharing. And we just like sift through them together, and they are like maybe 50 years old. Like the hook and eyes are so rusty, not even all the hooks are there. It's like insanely old. They're like got rust stains on them. So they have 2 different styles of tutus. We're not even all wearing the same style of tutu. There's like a slightly newer style that's like a little bit nicer, a little like actually white fabric and some crystals sewn on. And we were told they were going to be of different sizes, some for tall, some for short, different sizes. And they're so small. They're such small sizes. Like 4 of us don't have ones that are fitting. I'm lucky enough to have one to fit, but it is like so stained. There's like a huge stain on the bodice and on the tutu itself. So I'm hoping that the whitewash lights will just take care of that. The headpieces look gorgeous, but the tutu itself is just like, oh, what happened to this thing? We're now like today going to the fabric store to try to get extra pieces just stitched into everybody's costumes so they'll close, because some people have like this much fabric that can't be closed. And we're gonna basically sew each other into the tutus so that we have costumes to wear on Saturdays. Like 5 minutes before the show, one of the girls comes in and is like, oh my God, they gave you guys my tutu. I can't find my tutu. So she goes through and takes her tutu back, which is one that had happened to fit one of our ladies. So she doesn't have a tutu now. Super mayhem. We may or may not have costumes. We're gonna see. Chance to change. A little stressful right now, getting it all worked out and making sure I know everything. Is it left? Is it right? Is it up? Is it down? Am I going to be able to get up in time? Am I going to be fast enough? Today is a lot of angst as I go. Some of that could be that I'm tired, I'm hungry. When you're traveling, your brain is not as positive and optimistic always as when you're at home in like a nice controlled environment. Because right now I don't feel like I'm ready. I don't feel like I'm ready. I don't feel like I have the choreography. I don't feel like my feet are moving fast enough. I don't feel like my leg is high enough, and I don't feel like I'm looking very beautiful doing it. So let's see how it unfolds. Oh my God, I hope it all comes together. We're gonna go have lunch, we're gonna go a little sightseeing, and we're gonna relax, let all this sink in. Maybe I'll review the choreography again tonight. 11:45 p.m. I thought I would just check in before I go to bed. Ready to sleep. I think I'll go to sleep tonight. Yesterday I stayed up super late because I wasn't tired, but today I think I'm tired. I look super tired. Oof. Kind of an interesting day. I'm just a bit of back and forth behind the scenes, and like I'm a little worried we won't get to do it at all. I'm just worried that we're going to show up there on Saturday and not perform. But right now there's a very real possibility that we're doing none of it. So I keep practicing, keep my hopes up, but like right before the show feeling is often very stressful, and there's a lot of uncertainty and a lot of unknowns, and you just hope it works out. So that's kind of where I'm at. The side that speaks from experience knows that probably it's going to work out fine and go just fine and be super great and super fun and beautiful and everything I hoped for. But the other side of me is like, either we're going to get to do it and I'm going to be a hot mess, or we're not going to get to do it at all. So a bit of a roller coaster ride here. A lot of uncertainty. Living your dream, at least how I've experienced it, is always full of so much uncertainty. Every time I've done it, whether it's opening a studio, quitting my full-time job as a product manager, becoming a ballet teacher in the first place, starting the festival, everything that's your dream is full of so much uncertainty, and this is really no different. But you just got to stay focused, put your head down, and one step in front of the next, but not let any of that doubt or insecurity or anything stop the work from happening, because sometimes that can really derail you. It can make you feel heavy. It can make you not want to practice. It can make you not want to work, even though ironically that's exactly what you need to do. I just don't have time for those feelings right now. So they're here. I'm telling you about them. They're under the surface, but we're just like heads down practicing. Anyways, let's see tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to practice and getting to try it all. Hopefully we have costumes. Hopefully we have headpieces. Hopefully we have a part in Swan. Like, would you believe that it's 8 a.m. here in Germany? It's so dark. I did not end up sleeping that much earlier. I think I went to sleep around 1 o'clock. Just still not that tired, which is fine, whatever. My body will get sleep when it needs it. So I slept from about 1 till 8 o'clock and feeling good, not so tired as yesterday, ready to hydrate and get some makeup on, and off we go. It's just so dark. Back from rehearsal, it was a very stressful day, getting in the studio, learning everything, and honestly, I feel sloppy and confused, and my body was feeling so heavy. I couldn't jump. My toes weren't pointing. My leg wasn't getting very high. I was getting corrections all over the place. Since I don't even exactly know my spacing, I kept getting lost and confused, and clearly the weak link in the room, and was just really feeling like I was letting everybody down. I mean, my teacher put her reputation on the line in bringing me out here for this show, and I just felt like I was not going to be able to cut it in this environment where we don't have costumes that fit. We don't know where we're standing, and we're performing on Saturday. It was a really tough day. Not my finest hour. I'm feeling better now that I've had a little bit of a distance from it and a shower and a little bit of relaxation. As you know, I was already feeling a little bit like overwhelmed yesterday with everything, and then just met all of these amazing dancers on Tuesday in the main rehearsal. Those beautiful dancers with their legs sky high over their head, like super, super skinny, and then I rock up in there. It's just like my work. I understand if it wasn't enough. I mean, it's a possibility. It's always a possibility. It was a risk that I took going into this, that it wouldn't be enough, that I wouldn't be able to get in good enough shape in that period of time, and stressful for all of us. We were promised rehearsal time that we weren't given. All of my fears about not being a good enough dancer, not being a good enough teacher, all of that kind of coming to face me and just being like, what if you're not good enough? What does that mean? Maybe it means nothing. Good enough for what? For who? Maybe I'm not good enough for all people, but as long as you're good enough for yourself and for what you want from your life, maybe that's all you need. I'm not going to hide anymore behind my own worry about my training or who I am or how I came about, and just stop worrying about it. My perspective is shifting a lot this week, and I mean, it's really probably the full professional ballet experience that I was looking for. I mean, I was anticipating some rough patches, so here they are. the rough patches. Even though you anticipate them, it doesn't stop them from feeling kind of bad. So I'll be super grateful for being here and for the opportunity. I mean, everything is a learning opportunity. I think the biggest thing I'll take away from this is that for me, I thought my dream was somewhere else. I thought I had dropped the ball in my own performing dreams, but like the International Adult Ballet Festival is an amazing experience. I've literally already built my dream. I don't know, wish I had some wise words to wrap that up with, but a really tough day. So let's see what tomorrow's rehearsal brings. Hopefully I'll jump higher. Let's see what Saturday brings. Hopefully we'll have a place on the stage. Hopefully it'll go well. But if it doesn't, we go right back and we keep on going. Now it's 7:30. Did not sleep well at all. I think last night I fell asleep around 2, but then I must have done something to my ankle. I don't know what, because it didn't hurt before I went to bed, but I was awake in so much pain all night. It was crazy. I was up like massaging it, trying to roll it out, trying to stretch it. I was just like, where is this pain coming from? This is insane. I can't have this pain. I need to perform. So I was like up trying to massage it, trying to work it out. It is feeling a little bit better this morning. It was really painful. I couldn't even sleep. It was so painful. Literally can't even stand on demi-point on my foot. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Then we get ready. We go to rehearsal. It snowed yesterday, so the roads are kind of icy and we have to leave kind of early. Just did about half an hour of massage and super slow movements. At first, that foot was not taking my weight at all. It was just like quivering and giving out. But it just felt like stuck, like my ankle was stuck, if that makes sense. Like one of the tendons was stuck. So a lot of massage and slow releves. At least now it's taking my weight. I can go on the releve. So that's a really good sign. Maybe as it warms up in class today, it'll shape up, and then maybe it just needs a little bit more rest for tomorrow. So I still definitely can't jump on it, but let's see how the warm-up goes, and maybe it'll get better, because already better after half an hour. So that's a really good sign. Today was a good day. We had a great rehearsal with Act 2. Feeling really good about where everything is. I feel so much better than yesterday. I had a really long warm-up this morning. Obviously, I was dealing with that foot issue. I did find the issue. I have had this issue before, and I felt like this was what it was. It's like almost like a tendon gets stuck, but it was in my arch. I did find it. I massaged until I found it, and finally, still going into warm-up class by 10:30. I still couldn't take weight in full height demi-point, but in between every exercise, I was massaging with the ball on my arch. By the end of warm-up bar, thankfully, I could take full height demi-point and I could jump, which was great. Now I have no more pain. It's all gone by the end of the day. So crisis averted. That was like a dicey 4 hours. I was like, what am I gonna do? But thankfully it turned out fine. And then we ended up having a really good rehearsal. So my body was feeling good. I felt like I could actually jump. I had power. I didn't feel so heavy and sluggish. I felt like I could point my feet, I could get off the ground. Everything I had practiced was finally coming back into my body, and that felt really good, because yesterday was really discouraging and worrying about how good I was going to be on Saturday. So today I'm feeling a lot better. I will run the choreography one more time tonight. We're still not sure if we're doing Act 4, and so I want to be really solid on my memorization, because we ran it several times today, but I'm just forgetting a couple of little details at the end. Then I want to make sure I have that 100% in my head, because if we do have to perform it with only a few hours of rehearsal, I want to be as ready as I possibly can. I still really hope that we perform it, because it's so beautiful and so fun. Since learning Act 4, like I love Act 4, and I hope we get to do it. I think it's a very slim chance that we get to do it, but I'm going to be ready. I'm not going to be the one who's the reason we're not doing it. That's what I've been saying this whole time. My mom already landed in Mannheim this morning, and she sent me some pictures of the theater, and like our billboard is out on the front of the theater, so that's so exciting to actually be on the billboard of such a beautiful theater as this one down in Mannheim. Who knows what tomorrow is going to bring? We have no idea what tomorrow is going to bring. But we do know that we should be at the theater between 1 and 1:30, and then we get started. So tomorrow's going to be an exciting day no matter how it goes. I mean, even if we get kicked out of the whole show, like we get to be in this amazing venue, and I am really excited to see it all, and it's going to be what it's going to be. I can't believe how fast the time flew. Like yesterday and the day before, it was kind of like, oh my gosh, this is both short and long, because sometimes when things are more difficult, then you can feel like, oh my gosh, this is going on forever. But you know that time is short and Saturday's gonna be here before you know it. And it is, it's here. And I can't believe how quickly it passed. It's crazy how fast it passed. Like all shows, a few days before is crazy town, and as it gets closer and closer, things do tend to come together. Right now it feels extremely surreal. Wow, I can't believe it's happening. Here we go. All right, so let's pack for show day. So far, everywhere it has been so cold. So I'm bringing a lot of things to help keep me warm, especially because I speculate that thing that happened to my foot this morning was probably because I was cold. So I'm gonna bring this massage ball, and then I'm gonna bring booties, especially to go over my point shoes, because I found that you warm up in your soft shoes and you put your point shoes on, the point shoes are cold and they make your feet cold, and then you can't point your toes and you can't jump and your feet hurt and it's not so fun. So today I experimented with putting the boots over the point shoes. That helped so much. The point shoes warmed up, so they're moving better and my toes don't get cold, and you ruin all that warmth you built at the bar. Bringing the leg warmers. Bringing these warm Grownups overalls. It really keeps your legs and hips super warm. Then I'm gonna bring my IVF jacket. I'm gonna bring all of you guys and the festival to the stage. The back, all of these silhouettes are pictures that we took of our dancers at IVF, so you guys all get to come with me to the stage. I will also be wearing my sweatpants, which has you guys. I'm gonna bring long sleeve leotard tomorrow. I really don't think I want a skirt, but I'm gonna bring one, like just in case I want to take the pants off and I don't want to be in just my leotard and tights. I'm bringing 2 pairs of brand new tights, beautiful Ballet pink that really well match my Suffolk shoes that I'm gonna wear. And then I'm gonna bring my nude leotard because these tutus, as you know, don't fit that well. I'll fill up my water bottle tomorrow before we go. Let's get into the point shoes. Now, I was planning to use my medium dead shoes for this show, but today I actually put on my extremely dead shoes. I wanted to save these for tomorrow. But in trying it in my extremely dead shoes, I loved it. It was so much easier to jump in these, and it was so much easier to point my feet and stand and do all of the running in Act 4. So I actually think tomorrow I'm gonna change my initial plan and actually just wear my super dead shoes. I'm gonna bring both pairs just in case. Like sometimes your shoes die like overnight, so just in case, but I think I'm gonna like my dead shoes better. So I'm bringing them both. This is my block shoe pouch. So I've got my canvas flats, my leather flats, and my toe pads. For the hair, I've got my bun maker. I've got hair nets and several different hair ties in here. And then I've got my 2 types of pins. I've got my wide bun pins, and my tight headpiece pins. I've got my fake eyelashes. I've got a pair of beautiful earrings, a gift from Katya for the performance. I've got 3 shades of lipstick, because I wasn't sure what shade we were doing. So I have a little baggie of Swan charms that I got for the 8 ladies in our contract group. My hairspray, and then in here is everything we need for the costumes. So we have this fabric that we're gonna be able to cut into small strips to be able to sew to the tutus. We have tulle just in case we need to cover the bottom of anyone's tutus. We have scissors, thread and needle, elastic just in case. We got some hook and eye in case we need to stitch them onto the tutu and then onto the fabric. Some tape measure, a handful of safety pins. Perfect. So I'm gonna put all of this into 2 bags. I've got my festival tote bag. Together we shine. It is so true. I've loved all of your sweet messages. Truly together we shine. And I'm gonna use this little closable bag for anything that I'm worried about falling out. Actually, I'm also going to use this bag, which is Katya's bag, and anything that belongs to her, I'm going to put into this bag so I can give her the bag at the end of the night and she can take all of her stuff back. So let's pack it all up. So the booties, the massage, the trouser warm-ups, and the leg warmers. I'll put the sewing kit in here as well. Okay, now let's do the little things, makeup and things into this one that does close so that I know it's all in one place. Actually, I think I want to put that hair stuff into my shoe bag because you know what? I really don't need my point shoe covers and I really don't need my leather flat. This stuff is much more important that it doesn't get lost. A lot better having all of my stuff in a zipped pouch. This is my hair stuff, this is my makeup, versus just in the bag. Maybe I'll put my wallet with my toe pads. It's gonna be smelly, but at least it won't be stolen. The point shoes, I'm gonna just go already wearing my clothes. I'm gonna put the extra tights in the bag. I'm gonna wear my leotard, my IBF jacket, and my pink tights in the morning. And I'm gonna have a change of clothes for after the show. I'm gonna go out to dinner with one of the dancers who lives in Germany who's coming down for the show. I think I'm gonna put my change of clothes into this little mesh bag because I don't have to worry about it. I can have it in there, but it's not like I keep pawing through it trying to get to the rest of my stuff. So let's use this pink bag for my after show clothes. And then I'm gonna pack some snacks. This is probably overkill, but just in case we have nothing to eat and we're very busy and we don't have time to go out and get it, I'd rather have something than not. So let's stuff these snacks into the bag. My clothes, my borrowed warm-ups, and we're ready to go. It's now almost 10:30, but as I was packing, I found my razor and it reminded me that I need to shave my armpits. We are wearing a sleeveless Swan outfit, so while I may not need to get the leg, we need to get the armpits. So I'm gonna go take care of that. And then I'm just gonna run the choreography one more time. I'm gonna feel so much better if I can sleep on it fresh in my head. I know it's getting late, but I'm gonna just cement it in my brain one more time before bed. I should get to bed by 11:30. We leave at 9. That should give me 7.5 hours. That's more than I've been getting this week in general. Anyways, show day gives you lots of adrenaline, so it'll be fine. Okay, here we go. It's show day. I got up at 7:15 this morning and was so excited, ready to go. I checked my husband's flight. He is over the North Atlantic. I didn't stay up all the way until he left, but I did see him make it through security. I think I ended up going to sleep around 12 or so last night. Just finished warming up a little bit this morning. I don't know how much time we're gonna have to warm up there. The company class that they gave on Tuesday was not enough for my body. So I thought I would do a little bit of warm up this morning. So at least I've moved my body today and some chiseling out of the stiffness because those legs, today's the day, those legs got to get up to 90 degrees. Those toes got to point. Everything's got to work. So I think we're going to have some breakfast. We've been having eggs and toast for breakfast, which has been good. And then we're going to hit the road. It should be about 2.5 hours to drive to Frankfurt Airport to pick up my husband and then another hour to the theater. We want to be there by 1, so that should be just the right amount of time. Got all my stuff packed up. Off we go to the beautiful theater. I was more nervous for the rehearsals than I was for the show, honestly, just because we had so many choreography changes and with so many changes like that close to the show, I was definitely really anxious about it. Luckily, the concert hall was very warm. It was very warm in there, not like the theater on Tuesday, so that made everything a lot easier and more comfortable. Though, by the end, I was so ready to take off my pointe shoes because we had a 3-hour rehearsal in our pointe shoes. And then we had the show, which was 2.5 hours. I mean, granted, I wasn't in all of the show, but you're still standing around in your pointe shoes for all that time, waiting for your turn to go on stage. So I was definitely ready to get those pointe shoes off my feet. We ended up finding tutus that fit everybody. They found another bag of tutus, so everybody had a tutu that fit, which is good because we were having trouble sewing all of them in time. So everyone had tutus that fit. We had the super fun headpieces. We all did each other's makeup and got ready and took pictures of everybody. And it was just like super, super fun. We did it. We actually did it. We got to do all of Act 2 and the very beginning of Act 4, and it was amazing. When we first entered stage in the entrance of the Swans, it was like, oh my god, it's happening. And like I almost started crying. And I was like, oh my god, pull it together. Like, you have work to do. Don't cry right now. Like I was like, oh my god, it's happening, we're doing it. And then I pulled it back together and focused and hopefully got my arabesque high enough. Fingers crossed. We actually did not have a dress rehearsal at all before the show, so the first time we did it in our tutus was on stage. So it's so different when you can't see everyone else's feet to see if you're on the correct foot or not. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I was on the right foot. Also, I didn't know fog machine was going to be a part of it. I saw fog machines backstage, but I didn't know that it was going to be part of it. So we came out and I was like, oh, there's fog on the ground. Okay, I guess we're doing fog. There's this part where we're hiding from the hunter, and we've never rehearsed with the hunter before. I didn't even know who the hunter was gonna be. Like, we've seen men backstage, but I didn't know which one of them was gonna be the hunter or anything. We never rehearsed with him. And I'm standing here hiding, and he comes up and just, like, looked at me specifically, like, the hunter in the choreography just looks at random swans, and I'm standing like this, and he came up to, like, look at me, and I think I visibly reacted because I was very startled. I was not expecting that to happen at all. I was really focused in the moment on getting my arm position right, because there's some specific details with where that has to be and keeping your foot pointed and, you know, your calf is cramping. So I was like really focused. And then he came and like looked right in my face, looked right at me, and I was like, oh my God. But I wasn't nervous at all once I got through the showtime. It was just super fun to be on stage with everybody and get to see the audience. The audience was amazing and so big. I think it was almost a sold out house, and it was super fun to get to perform for all these people and to hear, like, to feel their energy and see how much they were enjoying the performance. We could see the people in the first row and they were just like watching everything, too super mesmerized by it, and that was super fun to get to see. It's been a totally incredible experience and rocky, a roller coaster, plenty of moments of discouragement and fear and anxiety, but that's part of it. I think if you're ever chasing a dream that's a real dream, that's really something you care about, that's going to be part of it. And if it's not part of it, it's not a dream that you really care about. Resistance is part of the process, and it always comes and it always goes, and on the other side you look back and you almost forget about it. In this case, since I'm telling you all about it, I will remember when I go back and watch this footage again to edit it. But you kind of forget about it once it passes and you get to the other side of that difficulty, and then you think, oh, this is great, this is fun, this was enjoyable. So those yucky, those messy middle parts, they do come and they do go, and they are part of the process of chasing your dreams. They are really part of the process. This part with the four little swans was so funny. Since it was a concert hall, the floor was like hollow underneath, or seemingly hollow. And so when the four little swans were doing their jumping, we could literally feel them moving. Like the tutus were almost shaking when they were moving and jumping. And I was standing there thinking the whole time, like, oh my God, are they gonna fall through the stage? Like, I wonder if they've tested this on the stage before. It seemed so wobbly. It was insane just standing there and feeling the vibrations from the movements from the four little swans. The show itself was just like super fun, and yeah, I always feel like once you get on stage, all the nerves go away. It's just like super fun, and you can just have a really great time out there and dancing with everybody. Everything you worked so hard for finally comes together, and it's really great. I mean, even if you make some mistakes and you see some, like I saw a picture and I was like, oh, why are you slouching in that moment? Like there's various, you know, there's little things, but it's like that moment that you're on stage is like when it all comes together, and it's just super amazing. There was one part where we're running around in a circle and you get to look out at the audience as you run, and it was just like really magical, that moment. Happy we at least got to do the entrance of Act 4 because that part is super, super fun. The running out and the folding and like all of that stuff is super, the entrance is really fun. So at least we got to do the first part. I think there's about 5 parts in Act 4. We got to do the first part of it, but one day I'm sure I'll do the rest of Act 4 because the whole thing is super fun and a great, excellent choreography. But I got to watch all of it from the wings and see all the flashing lights and the smoke and everything. Super fun. We did it. Super fun to get to be in the production, and really happy about the show, getting to put it all together. Super thrilled that I was able to keep up with it all. So really happy with how everything went, and I'm just feeling inspired by what's going to come next, because just so many ideas and so many things learned this week. Now it's time for Jemmy taking all this makeup off and just basking in the post-show glow. It's such a fun experience to get to, especially in the corps de ballet versus a solo, because you get to dance together and you're like a group, you're working as a team, and that has such a fun experience to it. So really fun. And now we go sightsee around Venice and then back home. Thanks for coming on the ride with me. I hope you had a great time coming behind the scenes. What a whirlwind it's been. We got back last night, no delays or anything. It was actually a pretty smooth trip. My mom had a great time at the show. She got me these beautiful swan earrings to commemorate the show. So pretty and so beautiful, and I'll always remember this memory of us flying to Germany together on a whim to perform in Swan Lake. I am going to keep my pointe shoes from the show. Look how dirty they are from always standing on the side of the big toe in all of those tondus. A swan feather did also fall out of my headpiece. I did keep the euros that I got for my first professional performance, and I will make a little shadow box out of all of this. Let's open up these boxes and make a little shadow box together. Beautiful. So I got a little like glass vial to put the feather in. My swan feather. I also want to sign my shoes. I think I'm going to write Mannheim 2025 on one of them and Swan Lake on the other. Now I've got my shoes ready. So I'm gonna put these on the stands. Oh, they're so dirty. the dirt from the stage, we'll take it. I think I'm gonna pick these 3 photos. So the onstage photo, this was such an exciting moment, and my partner was just so kind and so helpful. Anytime that she could sense that I was a little bit lost on stage, she would just whisper things to me. She was so incredibly kind and helpful, and we were the same height, so we love that. We love being tall dancers together in the front. This one of my family, we only had a couple of minutes together afterwards, but it was super great and so sweet of them all to come all that way to get to watch the show. And then this one of me with my teacher and her daughter. And we snuck on the stage during intermission. The crew was trying to change the scenes, but we snuck on and during intermission to get photos of all of us as swans. Of course, the obligatory arabesque in front of the theater. Worked so hard for that arabesque. Even though I was wearing a skirt and it was hard to get my leg up, it was a necessary photo. And then I'm gonna pin everything to the cork board. So I did just like a full background. So let's put the pointe shoes in there. got the swan feather in one jar, and we've got my first professional Swan Lake Corps de Ballet paycheck in the other vial. I think that's gonna do it. I'm so incredibly thankful to Katya for believing in me in all these years and for making this Swan Lake dream come true. And one of the absolute highlights was getting to spend the week with her whole family. After seeing them on Zoom for so long, getting to finally meet everybody felt like just meeting my family. It's been such a special experience and one I'll truly never forget.